今天有幸为您播出其中一场睿智开示，师徒之间节目纯素主义，遏止气候变迁，并缔造人间天堂。青海无上师开示节录5集之2，以英语和优乐语播出。优乐语又称越南话。
When you're sick, sometimes you have to take some drug that make you feel drowsy and very tired and very different from the way you were before, right? You are in even bad mood, irritable mood, and you don't even want to talk to nobody. You don't even want to do anything. You're too tired, too depleted from the sickness as well as from the medicine. So after you're well, you feel okay, you think clear, and you sometimes wonder how you felt the way you did before, huh? Under the sickness and under drug, no? Yes, okay. So one of my assistants, he told me about a story of his brother. His brother used to smoke, and after he quit, the brother told the family that this is a completely different world now that he doesn't know before. Even just to quit smoking, you see, you feel lighter, you feel so much better than you imagine that you would feel. See, because when you're sick, when you're tired, when you're under influence of drug or smoke or whatever, intoxicant, you can't think the way you would think. You can't feel the way you should feel. You don't even know anything else except what you are feeling, which is lousy anyway. So you see, some of the smoke quitter would know this and would tell you, see, after they quit, or after the drug addict, they quit, they would tell you a world of difference. They will feel completely different than the person they were before under the influence of the drug. So it's the same with vegetarian diet. This is the best diet. This is the only diet that the human should follow. It's not befitting a human, a dignified human, to eat the dead flesh of an animal. Even animals, when they have the choice, even tiger, lion, and when they have the choice, they don't eat. They don't eat meat. There was the story in Yogananda book, yeah? The autobiography of Yogananda. He wrote that one of the yogis in India, he tamed a lion, remember? Yeah. And that lion refused to eat meat. He just eat vegetarian with the yogi and lie at his feet just like a little kitten after being vegetarian. He don't kill nothing. He don't want to eat meat. He don't do anything anymore. Meat eating is not fit for anyone. Not even animals. But sometimes they don't have choice. They have to do it. Even some of the birds, they're supposed to eat some other smaller insect or something, or smaller fish or smaller bird. When I feed them vegetarian, they don't go there to eat fish or other animal. They continue to come to my house to eat vegetarian. Even my dogs, they refuse meat. They don't eat meat anymore. After they've been with me and vegetarian, they know vegetarian is good. They don't eat meat. And even sometimes, the vegetarian food, they made it so real, that. I thought, okay, maybe I'm too picky, I'm too picky, so okay, give it to the dog. They just smell it and they run away. So if they have a choice, they don't take meat. So if we are human beings, we should know that this is very, very bad for us, very detrimental to our spiritual, mental, physical, emotional, psychological health. Everything is bad for us to eat another being. Okay? So you can do all that calculation and prove it to them. But you see, you can only do your best. Yeah? All right? Whatever happened, happened. Okay?
Hello, Master.
Hello, who's there?
Knock, knock.
How did we humans ever start killing animals to feed ourselves?
That go back to for a long time, prehistoric. In the beginning, people don't eat animal. They only eat plants or fruits, yeah? Fruits, mostly when they find it, because at that time, the forest is still lush for fruits, and wild plants are still plentiful. We don't have high-rise building, we don't have pollution. They grow vegetable and everything is fine. And they're feeding themselves with the plant-based diet and the fruit-based diet. And some they don't even eat. The one who came direct immediately from heaven at that time, from the very beginning of the beginning, the human race were divine nature. They did not eat. And then sometimes they suddenly see some form from the sea, and they just, by frolicking with the water, they taste it, and it tastes so sweet. That was nectar in the beginning. The sea was not salted like what it is now. It offers some good, form of sweetness nectar. So they took it and ate it. They didn't really take it. They just come into their mouth, and then they eat it, and then one tell the other, and they begin eating that. And later, the more they eat, the more they become heavy. They could not fly anymore. They used to fly, like birds without wings. And they live freely with one another, man and woman, like the story of Eden. And then slowly they eat that, and then some more things are crawling, and then they become more hungry after eating it. And then they eat more of this crawling stuff, and then they eat the fruits, and then they eat the vegetable. That was fine for a while. But the more they eat of anything that grow on the earth, the less they be able to fly or to be the one that they used to be when they first came. So they have to walk now. So they have to walk and find food and all that. And it was okay until some people pick up some of the burnt animals that has been burnt by the fire of the forest, And then they picked them up and they tried it because they were hungry. Because the more they eat, the more they're hungry now. Before they didn't know what hunger is. And then they begin eating things, they become more hungry. And so when they could not find any plant things to eat at that time, maybe the forest was on fire or something somehow, and they pick up the dead body of the animals and they tried it. Some people tried it somehow. And then because they're hungry, it tastes okay to them. And then they feel satisfied for a while and they think it's okay to eat that. And then they keep relying on that. And after they don't have those burnt or natural dead animal to eat anymore, they go out hunting, chasing animal and kill them to eat. And that's how it begins. That's a sad story, but that's how it began. And then that knowledge is passed on to the next, and the next generation. And that's what we are right now. That's how we arrive to where we are right now, in our state of being. So we have to return to the Eden state of existence, the plant-based diet, so that we can go back to the divine nature that we are. Okay?
Thank you, Master.
You're welcome. Truly, if humans just turn away from meat and forsake that killing, then heaven will be different. Heaven will be blessing human a lot. Because when you turn away from badness, then you face goodness. There are only two things in this world, goodness and badness. When you turn away from the darkness, then you see the light. Turn away from negative, then you face the positive. It's very simple and logical. You turn away from killing, then you have longer life. You turn away from causing suffering, then you have a happier existence. Very logical. As you sow, so shall you reap. So I hope everyone in the world will truly turn away from this negative habit of meat eating, because that is indirect killing, and that won't help us to live a long life or eternal life. We have to turn away from badness so that we can be the way we are, because we are divine. And it's a pity because it's so easy to be vegetarian. They don't have to follow me or anything. Just be vegetarian and enjoy their life. Enjoy their health, benefit, and mental lightness, and guilt-free, and happiness, and loving attitude. Everything will come into their possession if they eat vegetarian. And even cheaper, no? Cheaper to buy, cheap in the long run because they don't have to pay much for the medical treatments, and they don't have to suffer even.
About a year ago,
were on such a high. We were doing pretty much television, and it felt like everything was possible, and that things actually were changing. And about in December of 2007, it seemed that we changed course. So I was wondering,
It's okay, audio, yeah?
humanity did? Was there some kind of a cosmic event, or maybe it did? Maybe you can help us understand.
You see, the cycle supposed to reach the golden time according to the evolution of our planet. Yes. But humans were too slow to accelerate. So there was much cleansing going on. And we still have a chance to keep the golden age if we stop all the violence. Yeah, and return to virtuous living. If you look into the recent period of time, then I think you know that it's better than many previous years ago. At least talking from our group first, we can feel and be more free to practice in different centers. And more governments and people are supportive of vegetarian diet. And more vegetarian people join in the vegetarian circle, more humane animal treatments, more peace overall, more cooperative attitude between nations, or more tolerance, and more forgiving, more help to each other, etc., etc. So we have to look at the bright side.
Yes.
Actually, it is like that.
During the 2007 Formosa retreat, you mentioned that we were still climbing the slope to reach the peak of the golden age. And at that time, we were only 1/3 of the way, not even halfway yet. If we can save our planet, will we be able to reach the peak of the golden age right away, meaning 4 or 5 years from now?
Sure. Almost right away, yeah? If all of the humans adhere to the new way of life, meaning being vegan, vegetarian, peace, love, and green, we will reach the top right now.
Hi, Master.
Hi.
You mentioned in a recent talk that there isn't anything we can do to protect ourselves and nowhere to physically hide from coming upheaval. The only our purity and virtue would help us.
That's right.
How do we know if we are shifting our consciousness enough? Or is there something else we need to do other than meditate and try to help when we can?
If it happens, we still have a little time. We can change that. Who knows that maybe one day suddenly you wake up, everybody become vegetarian. Huh? Be positive. Envision that for me.
I hope so.
Envision
That's my
that,
dream too.
that everybody become vegetarian. Who knows? Yeah, anything happen. Anything happen.
That will
Let's
make
have
my
some
dream come
fun
true.
imagining it. Okay, visualizing it. Visionizing it. It do no harm. It will only do good. Positive energy, always good. Because at the moment, everything indicate that the planet is in danger, of course.
Hi, Master. You mentioned that in order for the planet to heal, more than 50% of humans would have to become vegetarian. So is the change of heart what matters the most at this point? Or is it enough that they just become vegetarians? Thank you, Master.
Just become vegetarian. Because at least it helps the animals. It helps the environment. But I tell you what, when they change into vegetarian diet, in this particular time, they already changed their heart. Change of hearts is the most important, of course. But at this particular time, if they change to vegetarian diet, that means they change their heart already. Why? They want to save the planet. They want to save their children's lives, to save everybody else's lives. So they are partaking in something grand and noble. So there's no need to preach to them anymore. If they change to vegetarian diet, salute them, thank them, and go to the next person.
Wow, that's really great to know.
Yes, it's good. And the more they go into vegetarian lifestyle, the more their heart will change for better all the time. It just happened automatically because they started with noble intention already. You see? Not for health reason, not for economy reason. It's for saving the world. How more noble can it be?
Thank you very much, Master.
You're welcome. If the world population join in vegetarian circle, at least 2/3 of them, and green technology and preserving forests and plant trees, etc., or organic farming as well, a frugal lifestyle, every little effort helps along. Yeah, but I wanted more so that we have assurance. So keep doing what you're doing. Also, please keep envisioning the positive picture of the good world, the world that you want it to be, where everyone lives in peace, in love, in safety. A vegan world, a heavenly abode, where all beings enjoy life without fear of one another, where all are treated with kindness and due respect. Just envision all that, okay?
Hi, Master.
Hi.
Thank you for being here with us.
Thank you for being here with us, with me.
Yes. I have two questions. The first one, recently our initiates have been regularly joining New York street fairs and other activities to pass around SOS flyers.
Yes.
And we put on bus ads and also do vegan cooking demonstration shows. Just trying our best to spread the global warming and vegetarian messages. We found many positive changes as we go on. More people are more receptive to the idea of urgency of global warming.
Good.
More people become more vegetarian or more aware of that vegetarian helps. Also, more people like to watch Master TV when we played it on the street.
That's very good.
We have also noticed many positive changes in government administration policies. For example, New York City Mayor Bloomberg have made good green policies to the city. All the city-owned cars and even taxis are changed to hybrid cars. Yes, and lots of trees have been planted within the metro area. There's also a new policy required that every new or reconstructed home must have certain amount of trees planted in the property. So, Master, do you think all of these positive changes that we see indicate the rapid growth of conscious level of the people of the world? Is the planet Earth going to become physical heaven soon?
Well, I don't know how soon, but I hope it's very soon. I hope what you hope. But all those positive changes do indicate, the higher level of consciousness. As the world population become more aware of the ephemeral nature of life and how fragile the planet can be, and realizing their lifestyle habits should be changed. So now they begin to treat the environment with respect. They begin to have more vegetarian choice, and it's good to see, etc., etc. All that changes is good. And if we hasten this process, there will be heaven on earth.
Right.
Just change vegetarian diet. How easier can it be? I do hope we have heaven on earth soon, of course. But if everyone cooperate, yeah?
Right. Thank you, Master.